Oh wow, what is this?
That's my Lexus GX460.
Geez, I think I hear an animal in there. What the hell's that?
This is our review of a Lexus GX460. This one here is a 2013, so it's the first of 3 facelifts for the 460. First one being 2010 to 2013 with the higher clearance bumpers and all that. After 2014, they went for a lower bumper design, which some people like, but others dislike. Personally, I like the more modern look, even if it's got lower bumpers of the newer generations.
So GX460, am I hopeful in assuming it's 460 horsepower?
You'd be hopeful, yeah, but no, it's a 4.6, so they used to go with the engine size. First generation was a 4.7, second gen here's a 4.6 V8, about 300 horsepower.
So most Lexuses are based off a Toyota platform. Which one's this one based off of?
This one is based off the Prado, Land Cruiser Prado. It's the J150 platform, if you want to get technical about it.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit bigger than the 4Runner.
Does it share the same drivetrain as that one?
It's different than the 4Runner in a sense that this one is a full-time 4-wheel drive. You don't have the option to just ride it in rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
It's got a Torsen center diff that is lockable, which is pretty good when you want to do some off-roading. So it's got bigger wheels and tires. Except for that, it's pretty much stock. It does have the F-Sport grille in the front. OEM Plus type thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, is supplied by Lexus for a while.
I see it's got big girthy sway bars. Are those from factory?
Yeah, they have really big sway bars, but the GX, as with some of the 4Runners, came with KDSS, which is it's called kinetic dynamic suspension system.
Okay.
And there's 2 cylinders, hydraulic cylinders on each corner of the car. And they kind of allow the sway bars to move a little bit more freely.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not as good as a sway bar disconnect, but it does help a little bit. And
it looks pretty capable just by looking at it.
I would think it is. People like, there's a lot of people taking them off-road. One of the downsides is it's got open diffs front and rear, but 8-track does a really good job keeping traction on your tires. This is a door that's used the most in this car. If you own a Toyota or know someone that owns Toyotas, they probably complain about fuel economy, and the GX is definitely within that realm.
I'm assuming it uses regular fuel?
No.
No? Supreme?
Really? It asks for Supreme, and people will debate day and night whether or not you have to put Supreme in it.
Do you put Supreme in it?
I put Supreme, yes, and it costs a lot of money.
I
But
bet.
some people put regular, never had any issues, and they do like hundreds of thousands of miles without having any issues with running 87. So these, if you bought the Prado, you could option in rear tire carrier. This one, being a Lexus, wouldn't have a tire on the back, so it's a side swing out door like that. You do this.
Power?
What?
Power 3rd row. Yeah.
That is cool.
That you don't get in the Prado, I'm guessing.
Wikipedia. The Flex.
Go down more, or am I just...
Yeah. Oh, I'll go.
Oh, on top.
So there's a 45 degree, yeah. I got it.
Problem.
Solution.
I can climb.
Okay. Bends in the back. Can we click it? Oh wait. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. And I can sit here. It's
Very comfy.
Jay, you gotta get in the front. Yeah, 3 guys back to back.
This is what people come to watch. 3 guys back to back. Wait, why am I in front?
There you go. It fits.
It fits.
Adults.
Seven-seater.
Average 6 foot between the 3 of us.
Pull the strap there
There
first.
you go.
Oh, it's strapped.
Hit the button until he starts to fold. Oh, it stopped. Oh, there we
Oh.
go. It's a garbage compactor.
Are you still trying to kill me?
No, it gets mad at you.
It knows.
Sorry, good safety feature. You
That's
can't
good.
crush your children.
I see you got a big hitch on it. How much can this thing tow?
It's good for up to 6,500 pounds if you got the full Class 4 hitch, but this one just has a Class 3, so I think it's rated about 4,500. It's a little bit lower than the big hitch. And they do say in the manual, if you're towing heavy, just bump your shifter into the manual mode and it's going to drop down to 4 automatically.
Okay.
And apparently it's a lot better on the transmission. And whenever I got to hilly areas where I saw that it was hunting, I would just leave it in 4. And I had the scan tool and I was looking at the transmission fluid temps, and they were actually lower being in 4th gear rather than letting it hunt up and down. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And this is the tire kit. A lot of people say, hey, what's missing from my kit? And those were actually options that you had to buy separately from the car from Lexus.
Oh, really?
It is not fun. I had to do it once when I put the hitch in because the bolts were in the way. So you're stuck on the side of the road and you're over here putting this thing together so that you can...
Are you in yet?
There we go.
That's how you take the spare out.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to have to do that in the winter. And then, yeah, you keep going and it drops the rear tire down and hopefully that thing is not flat. There is a 5th tire pressure sensor in the spare, and your light will come on your dash sometimes and it's not going to tell you which tire is low. And you check all your 4 tires and everything is good, and then you bring it to the dealership and they're going to charge you money just to tell you that it's the spare. So
That sounds horrible.
yeah. Auto dim brights, auto dims. So when there's a car oncoming, and then the other one would be the rain sensing wipers. It has the elements heating up the wipers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Power folding mirrors?
Power folding mirrors, yep.
So should we take it out for a spin?
Let's go for a little spinaroo. Let's get in the car. Oh, got memory seats in front.
I see the leather interior looks good.
Yeah, it's a Lexus thing. I think they were only available in leather. They got navigation and all that. They come with a lot of options from factory, like heated and ventilated seats. There's an option for the climate in the back, which is like a 3rd zone, and then you got the overhead vents there for your climate. All the way up to the 3rd row.
Cool.
Yeah, headliner's a little bit dirty from stuffing stuff inside of here that shouldn't have been here. Notably a set of tires.
That's what SUVs are for.
Yeah. No, it was pretty useful, very utilitarian. Got a push button start.
Nice.
Yeah, steering wheel comes out. Rear side curtain airbag off. This is your center diff lock, which a lot of people, I don't know how, but they bump with their knee and then they ask on forums what that logo is in their dash and if their car is broken. There's a sunroof. Yeah, it's better for lighting here. It opens and tilts. We'll get this started here.
Oh, sounds like a truck.
It is loud, and as with other Toyota trucks, the fan comes on when you just start it for the first few seconds, so it's a bit louder than it needs to be. And it's got soft open, soft close stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, neat. I got the poverty model, so I don't have the air ride and air ride controls or crawl control.
A few empty buttons. That's
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yeah, I've got another fleet of empty buttons on my side here, but I think it's still pretty well spec'd out for what it is.
So if you put it in the sport here, it just holds 4th gear, is what you were saying?
It defaults to hold 4th, but you can bump it and bring it down to 1, 2, 3. And a weird thing is you can't see the center screen when you're off to an angle. You got to get almost
Oh,
directly
really?
in
Yeah, I
front.
couldn't see it from my spot at all.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know if that's a feature or so maybe I don't know, there's not much showing in there except degrees. You do get the wheel angle. Little display that tells you how
that's
far
cool.
off. Yeah, so if you're off-road and my wheel looks straight right now, but I can see that I'm turned 1 full rotation to the left.
That's a pretty cool feature.
I don't know, I think it's a bit of a gimmick. full tanker of fuel, and it says that my range is 420 kilometers, which isn't a lot. And
How much is a tank? How many liters?
85 liter
Jeez.
tank.
So well over $100 for a fill up.
Yes, yeah, with Supreme, yeah. It's a lot of money, and then it doesn't last as long as you'd think it would. The drive is pretty smooth. It's like a lot of Toyota, Lexus models. Pretty tame, actually. Like, you really have to smash the gas pedal to get anywhere with it. Same with the brake. Like, the brakes, I wouldn't call them spongy, but I would call them like, you have to put more effort into them. And then if you're doing off-roading and you want to take all your traction control off, then you have to press and hold the traction button until track off lights up on your dash, and then the traction control off. Number 1 and number 2. That's fully disabled.
Nice.
Bit of a small trail to show
Sounds
off.
pretty good.
Yeah, V8
Sounds like a V8. We have Jason here. What does he want?
What do you want?
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing filming here? It's ridiculous driving like an animal.
Are we trespassing, sir?
I don't know.
Oh, right. It's got a
What
low
are
range. We
those?
didn't even mention that. Wait. So this will allow it to go in 4 low, disable a lot of the traction control stuff.
15.8 liters per 100 kilometers.
Let's see what this guy wants. This jerk.
Oh, he wants a race.
Fast and Furious.
K-Series.
What's the retail on one of those?
I forget the line, but you're too bored.
So
Yeah,
driving the car, it seems to drive like a truck would.
Yes. Straight axle in the back, independent in the front. So very similar to 4Runners. Having the KDSS does kind of give it good road manners because it's less shifty, and it's a very tall and narrow vehicle. Everything except for that is pretty light. Like I said earlier, you really gotta punch the gas pedal or the brake to go anywhere or stop. Steering is nice and light. Like you wouldn't feel like you're in a body on frame off-road vehicle.
It is nice and light.
It's a nice cabin to be in, although maybe not the most comfortable if you're coming from something like an X5 or a Volvo or pretty much anything luxury in German. It's still a Toyota. Like a well-spec'd 4Runner Limited is very, very close to this thing. Another aspect of having a Toyota is even though it's pretty bad on gas and it's not the most comfortable thing, it will start and it will get you to work, and they're built pretty well. This car being a little bit less known, I ended up paying less than I would have paid for a similarly featured like 4Runner. So if I wanted something like a 4Runner Limited with low miles and about 10 years old, it would have cost me more than what it cost me to get the GX. One of the disadvantages is that, of course, you get the worse fuel economy than a 4Runner, but then there's a lot of little bits and pieces that you do want to have, like the climate control, the ventilated seats. Like, these all come standard with ventilated seats. Third row, if that's applicable for you. Just a little bit of comfort features, really.
Bye bye, loser.